Hello, hello, babies. How are we today? I hope you guys are doing very well. And I hope the volume is okay for you as well. Do let me know if it needs changing. But happy Monday, everybody! I'll probably need to change the font of my fucking chat. Just noticed that. Oh dear. Let's see if I can change that. Oh goodness. Ew. Let me just test that. There we go. There we go. You can at least see chat now. I forgot I had changed that, but that is all sorted. Awesome. But happy Monday, everybody! I hope you have had a wonderful weekend. And for the dads, I hope you had a lovely Father's Day. And for those who do celebrate it, I hope you had a lovely time with your father figure and all that stuff. But yes, thank you for the lurk as well, my panda baby. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I spent the weekend, putting together some new, stream overlays, tweaking a few things. Got my little note up there. So yeah, I thought it was a cute vibe. But yeah, at least chat be looking visible now on stream. Against our little notepad. That is awesome. We are back, as always, raising money for cancer research while we play some more Cinderella Phenomenon. I have been enjoying this game with you guys, and I can't wait to get back into it. So let's see. I hope the game volume isn't too loud. There we go. So we are back at our save. We went with Rod, I think he's our stepbrother? Yeah. So, to catch people up, if people don't know much about Cinderella Phenomenon, we play as the princess, better known as the Ice Princess because she is quite cold-hearted to a lot of people. We named her Nozomi, fit the vibe. And basically she was given the fairy tales curse, which means people do not remember her as being the next one in line for the throne, per se. So she has to do 3 good deeds in order to break the curse. The only people who will remember her are fairies, witches, and other people affected by the fairy tale curse, and they have different fairy tale curses. Our fairy tale curse is the Cinderella curse, so in order to break the curse, we have to get the other glass slipper. So we have paired with Rod, who is our stepbrother, and he is also afflicted by the fairy tale curse. He has got the mermaid's curse, so for anyone who knows of the Little Mermaid and stuff like that. But basically it talks about all the different fairy tales. Essentially, witches sort of became painted as evil based on the Grimm writer who wrote Grimm's fairy tales. So this is all really, really fun. The first episode of this is over on my YouTube as well. I uploaded that VOD this weekend as well. I've been a bit of a busy bee. New stream things going on. But yeah, awesome. So I got my drink. Fan is on because it is still hot over here, I'm afraid. Even though we've been having like really big thunder rainstorms, the humidity over in the UK is hell. I know many people overseas don't understand, like, oh, it's not that hot. It's like, it's a heat that just never leaves, and we sadly do not have AC over here. Like, unless you work in a really, like, nice store, you don't get AC. So it's like, most of all the fans are sold out and everything like that, so you just pretty much... A lot of people just end up gaming in their underpants and all that stuff like that, so... Myself included. But we're here because I love y'all. But yeah, I hope you've all had an amazing Father's Day on Sunday, or however you celebrate. For me, my Sunday was more of a... That was my day to do housework. Because my partner and my kiddo, they actually went to go and visit my partner's, dad. So they went and spent the day over there and had a bunch of fun over there. So I got pretty much a day doing housework, making sure the house was clean for the boys when they came home. And I made I actually I cooked breakfast for the boys that morning. I don't like frying eggs and stuff like that, but I made them a bacon, egg, and sausage sandwich, so they appreciated it. And today I went to go visit my tiny dragon sports day, so that was super fun. It was a very lovely morning. But yeah. So we've gone with Rod. We were told we had to try and pair up with somebody to try and help teach us more about how to be kind and good deeds. This princess is like the entire opposite of me, so it's very hard to play a very snooty and stuck-up princess, to be honest. But, you know, we do what we can. Hay fever is a killer. So many trees. So I will ask Rod if he will pair up with me. I know we do not have a good relationship. Rod has spared no effort in telling me how cruel I have been to his family. Ah yes, we think our step-siblings are beneath us. Because we were, I say conditioned by our late mother to basically be isolated from other people, trust nobody but yourself. And people only show you kindness or anything if they want something from you because of your royal position. So, you know, our character, she has a lot of, like, layers to break through because, you know, our deceased mother essentially fucked us up from being a nice princess, per se. That's how I've interpreted it so far. But I have a lot of these games lined up as well. I also have a horror game that I have as well that I will try to bring out at some point, as well as I need to finally figure out how to set up my capture card so I can at least start streaming some of my Switch stuff to you guys as well, because I have the Pokemon Arceus game too. Yeah, I have the Arceus game that I could stream for you, and Fate, you know, Fire Emblem and all that fun shit, and Mario Kart, because why not? Mario Kart is always good for community nights, so I have lots of things planned, but, you know, there's never enough time in the fucking day. And, you know, I procrastinate a lot. But I also did get the Animal Crossing DLC for the home things. So once I've unlocked that, because I started my island again like a stupid person. Once I've done that, so that'll be more content, you know. Oh, you guys know I ramble. Sorry for rambling. But I feel that rectifying whatever mistakes I made with them might be an easy way to get 3 good deeds. Oh, fucking smart thinking, bitch. Yeah, because if I right the wrongs with my stepbrother, stepsister, and stepmother, that's 3. I mean, we can take that. Ah, Delora is our witch. She's the one who cursed us because we were a test curse or something. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. And Parfait is our elf. She runs this little inn. And we've essentially become the floor sweeper for her place of residence. Ah, but Nozomi, tell you that he didn't want to break his curse? Well, we like a challenge. Yes, but that may not be the whole truth. He is still reluctant to break his curse, despite all the advice I have offered him. Perhaps you will be able to encourage him where I could not. I do not care if he does not want to break his curse. I only need him to help me remedy the supposedly bad things I've done to his family. I believe that will be the easiest way to break my curse. But the problem is that I rarely see him. He's usually at the palace. In order for this arrangement to work, I will need to be at the palace. I think it's a terrible idea. What if... Delora's voice trails off. She averts her gaze to the floor, her expression a mixture of anxiety and solemn consideration. What if what? Is there something I should know? Both the witch and the fairy just stare at me silently. After a few moments, Parfait speaks. You would be far away from us, Princess. We would not be able to assist you. Witches could be lying in wait for you. Knowing that you're the true crown princess of Angiel, they might seek to use you for their own purposes. What sorts of purposes? Why would the witches be after me in the first place? Many of them have been corrupted by the Tenebrae Room. Darkness has invaded their hearts, making them bitter. Many of them simply want to see the fairy tale curses continue on, undisturbed. This is all just speculation, but it's better to be safe rather than sorry. What would you have me do? Delora? I have an idea. I think I can get her into the palace and make sure there's someone there to look out for her. How? Just trust me. Tomorrow the Ice Princess returns to her palace. I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, fucking Christ, I'm a maid. Ah! Well, that is a new PNG idea for me at some point in the future. This cannot be happening. Don't dilly-dally. The princess will soon be awake and expecting her new maid. I close my eyes and suppress the urge to groan. Oh, I'm the maid to my stepsister. Oh, God. Like the uniform, though. How is it that Delora was able to turn me into Emmelane's personal maid? Ah, yes, our stepsister is called Emmeline. She thought this would be funny, did she? Well, I will make her pay for this. I expect you not to be late again. We have very strict rules on how the palace staff should behave. Fuck you, bitch. You don't even get a face. You're not an important character. Not exactly sure how Delora managed it. She told me she was going to cast a spell on me and that it would be over as soon as I opened my eyes. I closed my eyes and sure enough, when I opened them, I found myself here in a maid uniform. What did she do? The maid continues to babble at me. How annoying. I pretend to listen to her as she leads me through the palace hallways. Emmeline and Rod's chambers are located. Oh! We come to a halt when Emmeline suddenly appears from around the corner. This is our stepsister, Emmeline. Don't particularly like her at the minute. Your Highness. Maid ducks into a neat curtsy. Emmeline's eyes meet mine. I tense as I wait for any signs of recognition from her, but she only gives me a curious look, as if wondering who I am. Clearly does not recognize me. The maid suddenly reaches back and pulls at my shoulder, forcing me to bow. You are in front of the Crown Princess of Angiel. Show some respect, girl. My apologies, Your Highness. She is new and clearly needs to be taught some manners. Fuck you, bitch. Excuse me? Hi, Nicole! How are you, my darling? Welcome on in to our continued stream of Cinderella Phenomenon. How was your weekend? I hope it was very good. But yeah, I've been tweaking stuff around on my stream layout. I hope you like it. I've been a busy bee this weekend. Oh, please, there's no need for that. What is she trying to achieve by pretending to be kind to a palace maid? Oh dear. A frog is in my throat. Who is she trying to fool? Your Highness, this is your new personal maid. Emmeline glances at the maid, looking confused. Well, why do I need a personal maid? It is by the king's orders, Princess. I got to hang out with my dad yesterday. Of course, I'm so glad to hear you had a nice Father's Day. I hope you both did something very, very fun together. Emmeline turns to look at me again. I personally don't celebrate Father's Day because I don't have one in my life. But I always make sure Tiny Dragon gets to spoil his dad a lot. So, you know, they had a good day yesterday. What is your name? God. She is talking to you, girl. I scowl at the maid before facing Emmeline. I cannot believe I have fallen so low that I am now being ordered around by a maid. Nozomi. It's nice to meet you, Nozomi. I hope we can get along. Fuck you, Emmeline. Never! When I do not respond, Emmeline's face falls. I was just heading to breakfast with my family. Of course, Nozomi will escort you to the dining hall. Wipe that smirk off your face, maid. I raise my eyebrows at the maid, irritated. There's no need for concern. I can go there on my own. I breathe a sigh of relief. I am not here to babysit her. The maid leans forward and whispers something in my ear. I don't know how it is that you landed this position. You owe the royal family diligence and respect. Oh, no, bitch. If you continue to show disrespect, I will be having a word with the king. The maid pushes me forward so that I'm forced to stand next to Emmeline. It shoved me! How dare! She will escort you to the dining hall, Your Highness. Her job requires that she follow you everywhere in case you require assistance with anything. But it is almost time for breakfast, Princess Emmeline. Emmeline frowns and looks at me. I'm so sorry. What is she apologizing? Good morning. Good morning. Seems that you have met your personal maid. Fuck you, Dad! King Gennaro is our dad, by the way, for anyone who has missed it. He doesn't remember us. The king's eyes widen as soon as he spots me. You look familiar. Does he recognize me? I feel a little tremble in my heart as I consider that hope. No, he'll remember the poor beggar girl he gave gold to. Are you not the girl who came to the gates before? Fucking called it, bitch. I deflate with a soundless sigh. He remembers me as a peasant. This is the first time I'm meeting you, Emmeline's personal maid. What is your name? Nozomi. That is a lovely name. fucking hope so. I swear you named me it. We are glad to have you here, Nozomi. Hooray! The king gives me a warm smile. The softness of his gaze makes me angry. He never treated me so kindly. He remembered me as his own daughter. Bastard. I'm gonna curse out most of these characters. I'm so passive aggressive. Oh. Emmeline takes her seat while I walk to stand at the walls beside the other maids and butlers. The door opens and Rod walks inside. He greets the king, Ophelia, and then his sister. He's just about to take his seat when his eyes suddenly fall on me. The shock is apparent on his face. I'm totally shocked there, Rod. Rod communicates through his little bunny on his shoulder because he's got the mermaid's curse. So he knows our true identity because he is also cursed. So currently he's mute but talks through a bunny thanks to the help of Parfait, the fairy. Rod, is something wrong? And that is Ophelia, our stepmother. She looks pretty as well, but you know, our main character, she not so happy because, you know, our mom's dead. I see there is a new maid on staff. His tone is almost accusatory. I bristle at his words. I'm about to say something when Ophelia speaks. She is Emmeline's new personal maid, Nozomi. Rod stares at me for a few moments, his expression unreadable. Eventually he moves to take his seat. Fucking eyeing me up, boy. I stand silent and watch the royal family eat their breakfast. The small area is filled with happy conversation. The four of them smile at each other when they speak, and it is easy to see how comfortable they are all with one another. When I was younger, our meals were always so quiet. But everyone looks so happy now. Bite my lip to will the heavy feeling away. Rod told me that before, but I did not want to believe him. I turned back to the conversation at hand. Did you get your dad anything nice for Father's Day, Nicole? We have something very important to discuss with you, Emmeline. Oh? I have brought this up before, but now the matter is more pressing. Is this about... Yes. It's about the ball. Oh, yeah, she gotta find a fucking heir. She gotta find a husband. Ophelia gives the king a disapproving look. Yeah. I know, it seems a strange proposition, but this is royal tradition. Emmeline is at a suitable marrying age, and this ball may yet help her find a suitor. But a husband? Emmeline's cheeks are tinted pink. A royal ball for Emmeline? For her to find a husband? I never would have agreed to such a thing. King never forced me into one because he knew that. I will not force you to marry someone you do not love, Emmeline. We agreed on this ball to uphold tradition. All eligible bachelors will be invited in 4 months' time, and you will choose the man you want to court you. I hope he enjoyed it. Can't go wrong with alcohol if your dad likes to drink. Tiny Dragon got his dad his favorite chocolates and it was a keychain with a picture he drew of his dad on it, so that's on his keys. Something small and simple. I did find my true love through a ball, after all. Hate when stuff gets stuck at the back of your throat, it just doesn't clear. Glances at Ophelia, who responds with a fond smile. Her expression falls back into something more worried when she looks at her daughter. But what if I can't choose anyone? We will throw one ball, as per tradition. Cat talk today. We will not force you into another ball if you do not find a good suitor, but we must uphold tradition at least once. Perhaps this will push you to think more about the future. I will not put any added pressure on you, Emily. But I would be happy to see grandchildren before I have to give up my throne. I'm not getting any younger, you know. Always about the grandkids. Father! I can tell that the king is trying to make light of this situation, but there is an undertone of seriousness. Emmeline eventually sighs and slowly nods. I understand. My gaze shifts to Rod to search for a reaction, but his expression is impassive. No reaction at all. Did he know this was going to happen? But can I really be the princess the kingdom of Angiel deserves? I feel so unprepared. 'Cause the fucking you are, bitch. You are the crown princess of Angiel. You must be confident. All lies! We're the real heir. Emmeline looks down, looking genuinely distressed. I'm finished. May I be excused? But sweetheart, you touched your food. You may. Emmeline stands up and ducks into a quick curtsy before rushing from the room. I do not move until I feel Rod's glare on me. I realise that I am meant to follow Emmeline. Excuse me. I curtsy and follow after Emmeline. I'm not dead. It's hay fever. I barely make it a few steps away from the dining hall before the door flies open and Rod is rushing after me. What are you doing here? Do I answer him or avoid the question? Sure, I'll answer him. I'm here to break my curse. You expect me to believe that when you had people offering to help at the market? Rod's expression changes, anger clear in his eyes. No, I know why you're really here. What are you talking about? You thought you might take back what is rightfully yours, didn't you? You have no qualms about hurting my family again. I stare at him, nonplussed by his accusation. I carefully quell the simmering anger inside me. The last thing I want is to be fired before I break my curse. I am not here to hurt anyone, so stop accusing me of such things. We glare at each other in silence. Oh, I think we got the right one! I think. I'd always thought that Rod was closed off and quiet, but his emotions are always blazing in his eyes. Shouldn't be here. Rod steps back, but his gaze is still fierce. I do not have time for this. I'm going to find Emmeline. Why? So you can insult her? Fuck you, Rod! I look cute but you're a dick. No, because it is now my job to attend to her. Excuse me. The last place I expect to find Emmeline is in the throne room. Much to my surprise, I find her standing alone inside, staring up at the throne. Oh! When she turns to face me, she has a guilty expression on her face. I'm sorry. What is she apologizing for? I was very rude earlier, walking out on everyone at breakfast. Emmeline gazes back at the throne, sighs. I'm sure any other girl would be happy to have a ball. I mean, it's like something out of a fairy tale. But She sighs once again and looks down at her clasped hands. It all sounds so perfect in the fairy tales. 3 days is all it takes before everyone's found their true love. But I don't think that's how it works out in real life. Do you? I have nothing to say in response when Emmeline turns her beseeching gaze to me. I don't know how I'm supposed to marry someone I barely even know. Is this really what it means to be the Crown Princess? Isn't this precisely what you wanted? Excuse me? When your mother married the king, you became a princess. You went from rags to riches overnight. I cannot keep the bitterness from my voice when I speak. I am salty, like the sea. Your life is playing out like Cinderella's. All you're missing are the glass slippers. And even then I am sure the king could arrange for a pair. I cannot understand why you are so unhappy. Neither can I. Emmeline turns away from me to face the throne once more, and in the sun that streaks through the windows, I see something shining on her cheek. Is she crying? Oh, my maid hates her life right now. I'm so ungrateful. Nozomi, what would you do? What? If you were in my place... Bitch, I was in your place! If you became Crown Princess overnight, would you go through with the ball? For the sake of Angiel's tradition, the sake of your role? No, I have refused every fucking time. I would never do anything so worthless. The king never brought up the subject with me. Daddy, no! He most likely knew I would have refused. Emmeline suddenly pats her cheeks and turns to me, a wry smile on her face. I could do with some fresh air. Shall we go to my friend's shop in town? We have only just exited the throne room when Emmeline stops short and I almost bump into her back. Oh! Oh, It's Mithros! I love a man in green. Your Highness, what a pleasant... Sir Mithros abruptly stops. Stare at me. Why is Sir Mithros looking at me so intently? Something the matter, Sir Mithros? No, nothing at all, Your Highness. I'm just... amused. Amused? Oh my guess this fucker's got a curse, hasn't he? Oh, you haven't met my new maid. This is Nozomi. She's super peppy. Nozomi? There is something in Sir Mithros' gaze that I do not trust. Now, he's either going to be a witch or, like, wizard. Or something. Because I didn't see him at the place we go to. The market. The silence is stifling, so I curtsy it. Sir. Charming. I'm like the most poshest fucking maid ever. Yeah. Sir Mithros turned his attention back to Emmeline. Where are you off to on this pleasant day? Oh, just off to visit a friend. Make sure you bring your guards with you. Yes. Of course. I wonder what's taking him so long. Oh god, it's going to be the white-haired dude, isn't it? Emmeline decided to invite Rod to join us on our visit. One of the guards offered to get Rod for her, but he still has yet to return. Oh, and him. Of course. Another stands with us by the gates, ready to escort us into town. Why does the king even keep these incompetent fools? They cannot find a single person. Maybe we should go look for Rod. But then, what if he gets here as soon as we go searching for him? I sigh. I will go look for him. Stay here. But you don't need to run errands for me. She has yet to ask me to do anything. What does she think a maid even does? I look at her solemnly, not answering her. Finally, she relents. Thank you, Nozomi. Fucking hell, man. I incline my head just slightly before walking off. I feel like a babysitter. I cannot believe I have to search for Rod. This is only slightly better than being dragged around by that broom. I turn around the corner and nearly bump into someone. I take a few steps back just in time. Ah! Fritz! Oh, you know about my curse. Are you cursed too then, mate? Princess? I look up in shock. Fritz's surprise mirrors my own. Where have you been? I've been looking for you everywhere. He pauses to stare at my clothing. What are you wearing a maid's uniform? Why are you wearing a maid's uniform? Fritz, you remember who I am? I would never forget you, Princess Nozomi. But it does seem like I am the only one who remembers you. What is going on, Princess? The only people who remember me are the witches, fairies, and... Fritz, are you... I stop when I hear the sound of approaching footsteps. Ah, speak of the devil! Fritz turns at the sound, and then stoops low, to a formal bow when he sees Rod. Your Highness? Rod's impassive face twists with annoyance when he sees me. Rod does not even acknowledge Fritz as he walks past him to stop in front of me. Rude! Shouldn't you be attending to my sister? I don't understand. Prince Rod, do you know why the princess is dressed like this? Rod has shock! Rod is clearly just as surprised as I am that Fritz remembers me. You recognize her? You remember the princess too? If you knew, why didn't you say anything when she first went missing? Can someone explain to me why she's attending to Princess Emmeline? This is... Poor Fritz. Fritz is just having a bad time, bro. Fritz. I cut him off before he can ask any more questions. I feel Rod's gaze on my back as I turn to look at Fritz. No more questions. But Princess, right now, I am a palace maid. A what? It is a long story, and I have no time to explain now, so do not ask. Fritz is clearly discontent. He seems to struggle for a few moments, before he finally sighs and nods. Yes, Your Highness. Though it is nice to hear someone here speak my title. It will not do if Fritz calls me that on accident. It is just Nozomi for now. But turn to face Rod. Emmeline is waiting. What? Guard could not even deliver her message. Oh, for God's sake. Where are you going? Emmeline wants to visit her friend's shop in town, and she wants you to go with us, Rod. Town? Ordinarily, I would not mind Fritz joining us. Right now, he might just be unnecessary company. He may very well give me away. Rod barely wants to speak with me when it is just the two of us. I doubt Fritz would make him sociable. I'm assuming that accompanying you is not an option at this point. Yes. Fritz looks down for a moment before looking at Rod. I'm sorry to ask this of you, Your Highness, but since she refuses to let me do so, please look after Princess Nozomi in my place. Fucking poor Rod's gonna have a fucking aneurysm. The guy hates me. Ridiculous. I do not need to be coddled. Even if I did, Rod couldn't care less if I am hurt. I will do my best, Sir Fitzgerald. Oh my god! Shock! I cannot tell if he's being genuine or not. Fritz bows to the both of us. Stay safe, Nozomi. And you, Your Highness. Rod turns and begins to walk away without another word. Come on. Rod is silent as we make our way back to the palace gates. I'm still thinking about what he said to Fritz earlier. Why would Rod agree to Fritz's request? Because he just wanted him. I stare at Rod's back as he walks in front of me. Sometimes I cannot figure out what Rod! Nozomi! Emmeline beams when she catches sight of us. Are you ready? Rod crosses his arms. He does not look very happy with his sister. Even though Rod is younger, I cannot help but think that he often sounds like the older of the two. I'm busy, Emmeline. I can't keep dropping everything whenever you want to leave the palace. I'm sorry. I just really needed some fresh air today. You can get plenty of fresh air on the palace grounds. I felt I needed to be off the palace ground. Emmeline's face drops. She looks down at the ground. Rod lets out an exasperated sigh while stepping inside the carriage. Come on. Rod? Just for an hour, okay? Thank you! soon come to realize that it is easier to walk around town now that everyone has forgotten who I am. The atmosphere around town feels brighter. All the spiteful stares are gone. Princess Emmeline! Oh, how are you doing? Is your wife feeling better? Emmeline has responded to most of the people who know her. She seems to know a good majority of the people in town. I hang back as Emmeline speaks with the man. My escort hovers somewhere nearby, watching for disturbances. We are going to take longer than an hour if she continues like this. I am not going to rush her. Don't you need to return to the palace to continue whatever work it is that you were doing? Rod raises an eyebrow at me. I do have to get back to my studies, but my family always comes first. This makes Emmeline happy, and I will gladly come with her to town. Small thing. Happy. I look more closely at Emmeline. She is smiling, but then she always smiles. I do not understand. She's more at ease talking to the townspeople sometimes, because they don't judge her. Why would she have to worry about being judged? It is clearly that everyone adores her. Emmeline takes the man's hand in hers. He wishes him well. Rod points out the gesture. See that? That's goodness. Could learn something from my sister Nozomi. Is goodness pretending to be interested in the lives of strangers? Emmeline eventually says her goodbyes before walking toward a familiar store. This is the toy shop I visited Emmeline and Rod before. I glance at Rod and notice the expression on his face. He seems conflicted. Why? Before I can ask, Rod marches in front of me, decisively pushes open the door. When I enter, Emmeline is already hugging the shop girl, Viorica. Emmeline, you look as beautiful as ever. Oh please, I look the same. You on the other hand. Emmeline steps back before nodding, a bright smile on her face. Being in love suits you. When is the wedding? Wedding? She's already engaged. Catch a small movement at the corner of my eyes and turn to glance at Rod. I notice his fingers clench into a fist before he quickly hides his hand behind his back. Oh, I get why Rod's cursed now. Though his expression is as impassive as always. I notice a tenseness in his shoulders. Desmond and I haven't set a date yet. It should be soon. Would you? Viorica trails off when she notices the rest of us. Hello, Rod! Viorica? His tone is surprisingly static. Last time he was here, I was sure he sounded friendlier. So what can I help you with, Emmeline? Looking for another doll? Another doll? Emmeline is not interested in dolls. Oh no, I'm just here to see you. I can't stay for too long since Rod has things to do. Emmeline, I'll wait for you outside. Oh, okay. I know it is my job to follow Emmeline around, but I am not at all interested in hearing her talk to the girl. Does she even want me here? Oh, the conflicts! day with Emily. Before I can decide what I want to do, Emmeline has turned to look at me with a smile.
This is Nozomi. She just started working as my personal maid today.
It's not like you to make a maid follow you around. Emmeline's expression quickly becomes apologetic.
I'm sorry, Nozomi. I realized I didn't ask if you wanted to come with us. Just expected you to tag along.
Why is she apologizing? I am meant to tend to her regardless of where she is, unless she dismisses me. I'm sure Nozomi doesn't mind. It's such a beautiful day today, after all. Emmeline turns to me and smiles.
You don't have to wait with me if you don't want to, Nozomi. I won't be long. I only wanted to see Viorica for a bit. I haven't been able to see her as often since I've moved.
Well, that's to be expected. Princesses shouldn't be associating with shop girls like me. Viorica has a point. Why does Emmeline insist on this?
You're my best friend. I am still not accustomed to the fact that I can't just visit you every day.
Those were the good old days, when we were still neighbours.
I'd still live next to you if I could. Do you remember all those games of tag we used to play together when we were children? Remember how Rod always lost?
The two girls laugh together at the shared memory. Try not to roll my eyes. So they were childhood friends. Are you sure there's nothing I can help you with? We all turn at the sound of the door chimes as a customer walks in.
It's me.
Now, one moment. Viorica turns to Emmeline with a guilty expression. I'm so sorry, but I have to take this.
No, it's all right. I'll come see you another time.
I promise we can talk for as long as you want next time. Emmeline smiles and hugs her friend in farewell. I follow closely behind Emmeline. She exits the shop. Rod pushes away from the wall that he had been leaning against once he notices me leaving. Ready to go. Emmeline nods with a small smile. The two of us begin to make our way to the palace again. I think I picked a bad decision, but, it'll be fine. By the time we return to the palace, evening has fallen.
Hope we're not late for dinner.
The minute the carriage doors open, we are greeted by two familiar faces. Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros stand before us. Princess Emmeline, Prince Rod. I was on my way to look for you. Sir Mithros informed me of your whereabouts. He glares at the knight escort and the knight shrinks back. Sir Alcaster turns sharply to me afterwards, his eyes narrowed. Why is he looking at me like that? It was getting late. The Queen was worried.
So sorry.
Princess Emmeline, Rod, it's almost time for dinner. Please let me escort you inside. Sir Mithros gestures for them to follow him. I'm about to follow after them when Sir Alcaster suddenly moves to block my path. His eyes are cold. He opens his mouth to say something, then closes it and shakes his head. You are dismissed, girl. You may go back to your quarters.
But
that is an order. His gaze is piercing. Even when I was a princess, I was not able to stand up to that gaze.
Yes, sir.
After dinner, I make my way back to the room assigned to me. As I walk down the hall, I notice Rod heading in my direction. Rod suddenly grabs my arm and pulls me away down the hall. Oh, for fuck's sake, being manhandled. Where are you taking me? Rod does not answer and just continues moving until we reach an unfamiliar door. What is going on? Rod cuts me off by placing a finger on my lips. He looks around warily, before finally pulling me in through the door with him. I've been abducted by Rod. Oh god. This place. I've heard of this place before, but I've never seen it. This is the secret passage. How? Rod does not answer me. He simply keeps walking, and I see no other option but to trail after him. How is it that you know this place? Still refuses to answer. God damn it, Rod! Are you deaf? Rod suddenly stops and I bump into his back. Stumble back with a scowl. You ask too many questions. Because you refuse to answer any of them. I glare back at him until Rod makes an exasperated sound. Lady Parfait is the one who told me about this passage. It makes sneaking out of the palace easier. Parfait? She did not give me any explanation as to how she knew of this place. There is only meant to be 2 copies of these. The king has one, Sir Alcaster has the other. Then why do you have a key? Don't tell me you stole it from the king. I am not a thief. Lady Parfait also has a copy. She saw fit to provide me with a key for my own use. What? How does Parfait have a key to this place? You'll have to ask her that yourself. Once we step into town, I realise where it is that we're headed. We are going back to the Marken. Delora is the first person we see as soon as we enter the Marken. Well, well. Look what the cat dragged in. Delora, you... Rod's glare silences me. He steps forward and points back at me, gaze icy. She is not staying at the palace. What? Delora raises an eyebrow. Why is that? She works there now. I do not know what game you are playing, but I will not be part of it. Excuse me, this is not a game. I do not want you meddling in my life. You meddled with hers. The room's temperature drops several degrees. Delora stares at Rod, her expressions lacking any emotion. With all due respect, Your Highness, I do not want to meddle with your wallowing. But just because you do not wish to break your curse doesn't mean that others shouldn't want to. You should be humbled that our princess here thought you would be able to help her. Rod raises an eyebrow. Where is Lady Parfait? Of course you want to talk to Parfait, because she puts things nicely. Fine, I'll fetch her for you. Delora curtsies, she sweeps out of the room. Rod sighs. Clearly looks irritated. He doesn't put a voice to his agitation. Now that we're alone in the empty room, silence is deafening. So I ask him the question that has bothered me since I came here. Why do you want me out the palace? Why do you not want to break your curse? Oh yeah. I don't need to explain myself to you. Do you even know how to break your curse? I do. So why are you not doing anything? None of your business. I do not realize the anger inside of me at first, and then I notice that my hands and fists are fists that I am shaking. You are angry at me for treating your family with unkindness, and yet you do not treat me with any respect or kindness either. Excuse me? I realize that this is the angriest I have felt in a long time, and it makes words fall out of my mouth. You are guilty of the same disrespect you hold me accountable for. We are both being cruel to family, aren't we? Rod's eyes are ablaze as he stalks toward me. He stops right in front of me, his mouth pressed into a firm line. As you are so fond of telling Emily, we do not share any blood. The only thing pulling us together is the king. We do not share his morals. Remember this, Nozomi, will never be part of my family. I will never see you as a sister. Rod storms off out of the reception area just as Delora enters. God fucking damn it! Sorry, looks like Parfait wasn't in. Pauses, gives me a wry smile. This partnership is going well. Nope! I throw my hands up in anger. Yep, fucking feel you on that. He is infuriating. Not as helpful as you thought. I was surprised you were asking for his help in the first place. All I have been doing today is following around Emmeline. He still finds reason to snap at me. In his eyes, I can do nothing right, even though I am making an honest effort to break my curse. Delora eyes me as she slides down into a chair. Has he told you anything about his curse? Only that he knows how to break it. Delora sighs. Boys can be so secretive about the silliest things. Rod has been aware of how to break his curse from the very beginning. Then why hasn't he broken it? I have no idea. I think the only other person who knows the full terms and conditions of Rod's curse is Parfait. Hi, Zen! Thank you for the resub, baby! How are you? Good to see you again. We're playing some Cinderella Phenomenon as we raise money for cancer research. Resemble that mark. Yeah! Plus I got a new PNG, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, and I tweaked some of my stream layout as well, so we got a new vibe going on. Thought it was cute. But how have you been? I hope you've been well. Oh no, you're working for the coffee gods. No. You still a manager? Still bossing around people? Ooh. I hope you've been... Have you been making more cool stuff? Fuck no. Are you gonna keep working at the Starbucks, or are you gonna look for something else? Yeah. Well, as long as you know, you're getting food on the table and bills are being paid, I suppose it's not too bad. You know. Parfait? Parfait has known Rod for a while. She convinced him to keep coming to the market, even after he gave up on breaking. They pay me better than most places around. Honestly, if the pay is good, you know, and you're not obviously working yourself to fucking death, yeah, go for it. You know, you gotta get that bank. Parfait also thinks that working with will convince Rod to try finding another way to break his curse. Another way? Don't ask me. I don't know much about his curse either. If you keep trying, you might convince Rod to talk. I doubt very much. It seems that all I am doing is convincing Rod that I do not deserve to break my own curse. Delora looks at me curiously for a few moments, then she grins. I have an idea. Fucking hell! She's actually a good witch, Delora, but she cursed us to teach us a lesson. She's a pretty ass bitch. I like her outfit. Purple. If it is another terrible idea. Oh no, this one's much better. I will have to do a 10 to 15 minute break because I've been over drinking, so I need a bathroom break. So I will be doing a 10 to 15 minute break, guys. Don't worry, you know, we still love you. But break time also means you guys get to look after yourselves. Stretch, refill your drinks, and use the restroom if needed. Please enjoy my new calming intermission stream. I will see you guys again in about 10-15. Alright, guys. Hello, welcome back everybody. I hope you got everything you needed when we were on our break today. Hope you got all rested and stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed the little charming intermission screens I got going as well. You know, make them all look fancy. Delora has a plan. Again. I got myself a drink. I went to the bathroom. I didn't get any peace in the bathroom though, because Tiny Dragon decided he was going to wake up and decide he'd need the toilet at the exact same time I was using it. Like, Mom, are you done? No peace. Can't even use the bathroom in peace. He's back in bed now, so it's all good. Yeah. So I'll just stick around with you, you know. Watch out for you. What? Delora, watch out for me. Bitch, you're the one who cursed me. Oh, magic. Ah, my doll, Delora. I'm surprised when Delora suddenly stands before me in her doll form. There is no way you're rather going to sort yourselves out without some kind of help, so I'll be tagging along. Much easier when I'm travel-sized, Why do I feel like she'll only make things worse? Come on then. Delora somehow manages to jump into the front pocket of my apron, which is thankfully large enough to fit her baby doll. Her doll body. Let's go find us a prince and get ourselves back to the palace. Chapter 4. One step forward. Alright. It has been more than a week since Rod and I returned to the Marchen. He's been avoiding me ever since that day. Not that we have much cause to be around each other nowadays. I'm constantly on my feet preparing for Emmeline's ball. This is ridiculous. Better to be busy than bored, Princess. Ah, my little companion. I stop for a moment to better balance the pile of fabrics that I'm carrying. One of the maids has ordered me to bring this to a designated room so that it can be sorted out. I am being reduced to fetching and carrying. And I have made no progress on accomplishing my first good deed. I doubt that simply following orders from the other maids will help me get the first good deed. I feel a shuffling in my pocket and then notice Delora peeking her porcelain face out. Better to obey rather than disobey at least. You're not going to get a good deed being stubborn. Anyway, you've got to put yourself out there a bit more, Princess. You can't just do whatever is convenient for you. That's not good. Delora has been no help at all. Wait, I recognize this place. Isn't this where your room is? I stop in front of the door to my old bedroom. Ever since I came here, I've been ignoring this room, not wanting to see what the king did to it during my absence. You want to go in? Why should I? It's not as if it is my room anymore. Oh, you're no fun. Aren't you curious about how it's changed? I would be lying if I said that I wasn't. I guess a little peek would not hurt. I step into the room and close the door behind me. It is like stepping into the past. The room is exactly as I left it. It seems completely untouched. Moments later, Delora is standing before me, her human form. Looks like someone's been dusting in here. Strange, considering no one should remember who belongs to. Glance around, eyes wide. Everything the same. I put the fabrics that I'm carrying down on my bed, make my way to the shelf where my dolls are displayed. My eyes pause on a specific doll. That's cute. This one was not here before. Delora raises an eyebrow. Maybe you just don't remember that one, because she wasn't very memorable. You do have a lot of dolls after all. No, I know each of my dolls by name. This one is definitely new. She looks very similar to the dolls I saw at Viorica's shop. I quickly turn at the sound of the doorknob. My eyes move to Delora, but she's already turned into a doll and tucked herself into the corner of the shelf with the rest of my dolls. Emmeline stands in the doorway, eyeing me curiously. Bitch, the fuck you doing in this room? Nozomi, what are you doing here? I made a mistake and thought I was supposed to bring these fabrics here. I hope she does not see through my lie. Emmeline shakes her head, smiling. It is not your fault, Nozomi. You're still getting used to the palace and its many rooms. I got lost here all the time when I first arrived too. This room is interesting though. Father expressly ordered that it be kept clean, but otherwise undisturbed. Why would he say that? He won't say why, but apparently this room is very special to him. Maybe it belonged to someone he cherished. Cherished? What a joke. Still, I cannot help but feel hope at her suggestion. I don't think Father would like either of us being in here. We should leave soon. I only came here to put a ribbon on one of the dolls. One of the dolls? Yes, I've put one of my dolls here. She walks past me to pick up the doll I did not recognize. I bought this. I know Emmeline always visited Viorica, but I did not think she liked dolls. She always preferred receiving and buying books, so why does she have this doll? Do you like dolls? Well, I mean I don't mind them, but I don't usually buy them for myself, no. So why did you buy this one? Emmeline looks at the doll with a sad smile and shakes her head. I'm not sure. I bought it as a gift. I remember that much. I was going to give it to someone who liked dolls. Someone I wanted to befriend. I don't know why, but it feels right to leave the doll here until I can remember whom I most meant to give her to. Emmeline is silent for a moment, before she turns to me with a bright smile. I know you have a delivery to make. Could you come with me to the palace entrance first? Mother is still busy talking with the cooks, so the fabrics can wait. I resist the urge to glare at her. You'd better not be dragging me around to yet more errands. I'm expecting a delivery. I might need your help. I thought so. I have no choice but to nod. Of course. I begrudgingly follow Emmeline toward the entrance, and there I see the delivery carriage. A familiar person stands beside it. Viorica! Emmeline pulls Viorica into a tight hug. I turn my attention away to glare at the number of boxes at the back of the carriage. I will no doubt have to help carry them inside. How are the preparations for the ball coming?
Emmeline's smile seems forced at first, then eases into something softer. It's going well, I suppose. How about the wedding? Desmond and I have finalized a date. It'll be 2 days after your ball. I can't wait to see you in your wedding dress. These two always talk so much when they get together. I ignore their chatter as I walk up to the carriage and observe the boxes piled inside. What is in the boxes? Oh! Biorka reaches out to grab one. She hands it to me. I'm helping with the ball decoration. I came by with part of the order today. Part of it? Careful, it's a bit heavy. I take the box from her hands and nearly stumble. This heavy. Kaiser, grumpy. Doggo has come for the head pats and sad dude. Bad boy, want attention. Cat will give you lots of attention. Emmeline should have the male servants do this. Queen Ophelia placed quite a large order. I brought the more fragile decoration first. Oh, the glass baubles and vases? I grip my teeth as I shift the box in my arms in an attempt to make it easy to hold. Try to bite my arm. I'm giving you head pats. You don't need more. You don't need to chew on my arm. God damn it, man. I am fragile. I thought she worked at a toy shop. Yes, but we also have aisles dedicated specifically to party decoration. What kind of toy shop is that? Nozomi, will you be alright? I feel annoyance simmer within me. I am obviously not alright. Emmeline reaches out to help me with the box. She is too late. I have only taken one step forward when the box slides and I stumble. I manage to cradle it in my arms, but its weight is too much for me. Before I hit the ground, I feel strong arms around my waist, pulling me back upright. The box taken from me. Oh my! Nice piece of art there. My heart and mind are racing, and for a moment I cannot comprehend what has just happened. You alright? Rod? Glance to the side and I'm shocked to see Rod standing there. The expression on his face gives nothing away, but with our close distance I can see some flicker of emotion, bright eyes. Concern? I am. Nozomi, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Rod pushes me and I stumble forward, almost tripping on the ground. Raises an eyebrow at me. Know your limits, no. I glare at him as anger begins to bubble up in my chest. Oh. Tell him off or stay silent. If I tell him off, that's only going to lead to arguing. I'll be silent. Clench my fists, take a deep breath, and try to calm myself. I will not stoop to his level. He is the one being cruel here, not me. Oh, I got a good one! Shouldn't have stubbornly tried to carry something that's too heavy for you. I will not take responsibility if you get hurt. Rod, you shouldn't be angry with her for trying to help me. It was my fault for giving her something so heavy. Biorka, what are you doing here? Rod's voice is still cold. Biorka looks startled by his tone. Oh, my guess is Rod had a crush on Viorica. Viorica is getting married to somebody else, so now he is heartbroken. That's my guess. I only came to deliver some of the decorations for the ball. And you thought Emmeline and her maid could carry these things on their own? Rod, this is not her fault. I am the one who chose to bring Nozomi with me. I underestimated the size of the delivery. Viorica was just delivering the supplies. At least she admits her mistakes. I never thought Rod would be so stubborn. Emmeline's expression softens. She looks at her brother. She looks sad. Rod ignores her and picks up the box I had been carrying. Begins to walk away before he suddenly stops and glances back at me. Come on. Rod? Oh my goodness! Hello, Cornell! Hi, Raiders! How are you? Let me see if I can do this. How are you doing, Cornell? How was stream? How was Diablo? Are you enjoying it still? And welcome on in, Raiders! For those who don't know me, I am Nozomi, your Welsh dragon, and we are playing Cinderella Phenomenon as we raise money for cancer research. And welcome to my new stream setup, by the way. I did some new overlays stuff and screens this weekend. I'm about halfway through 67. Hello there, Andy! Welcome on in! I hope I pronounced that right, Andy. If I didn't, I do apologize. But welcome on in! Thank you for coming over with Cornell. Oh, I'm glad. Hello, Thunder! How are we today, sweetheart? Welcome on in. I'm Nozomi. And thank you for tagging along with Cornell to come and show some love over to me today. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm a Welsh dragon for those who don't know. And I'm quite a cozy streamer, but a bit chaotic. And I swear like a sailor, so I will forewarn you. Cornell knows me quite well, and he's an amazing streamer. If my lovely viewers have not yet given him a follow, go give Cornell a follow. He is an amazing person. And just a great guy to watch, and I highly, highly recommend him. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Andy, for the follow, darling. That is super appreciated. Oh, I feel so blessed today. 67. Oh, I can't remember what level I got to. I still haven't gone back to playing Diablo yet. These games have taken over my life. But yeah, I haven't played some more. I know my partner decided to work on a barbarian build and test some of those out. I think when I do go back to testing it, I want to have a dabble with necromancer and stuff. I'm not too sure yet. I hit 68. I'll be trying for Will Tier 4. Damn! Like, we moved when we finished story mode and we bumped from like 2 to 3 to Will Tier 3. The panic set in for me in Will Tier 3, and I just kept getting my ass handed to me. So, you know, that took a bit of my joy out of me. So that's sort of the reason I took a bit of a break from it, because I was like, oh, that is such a skill difference. And PvP zones scare the shit out of me in Diablo. I was like, bitch, I'm just trying to walk here. People were just mean. But yeah, I'm glad. Are you still working on your soft necro build, or are you dabbling in other things still? Yeah, it's a huge difficulty jump, especially like for someone like me. I've never played Diablo and stuff. Like, my partner did warn me there will be a jump, but I didn't think it was so significant. Soft today, hard tomorrow. Oh my god. Well, hopefully soon you'll get to the top. I believe in you. I'm hoping it goes well. But yes, thank you for for the raid, Coronel, and thank you for the follow, Andy. You're such a sweetheart. But this is Cinderella Phenomenon. It is essentially an interactive story where we do get to make choices to see who we end up with. Currently, we're on the Rod route, and Rod has the fairy tale curse of the Little Mermaid. So our story begins with our character is basically nicknamed the Ice Princess because she's quite a cold-hearted princess. And these two here, Rod and Emmeline, are our step-siblings. And we're sort of quite cold because, you know, our mom died and, you know, our dad remarried and had, you know, brought these two over. So then we get cursed by a witch. She's a good witch, but she, like, is teaching us a lesson. We were cursed with the Cinderella curse. And in order to break said curse, we have to do 3 good deeds. And so it's kind of like our princess, you know, our OC, she has to, well, our MC, she has to learn how to essentially be good. And currently she's decided she's going to pair up with Rod to try and learn how to be good. But Rod fucking hates her. Rod is the stepbrother who just fucking hates her. And he communicates with the little bunny on his shoulder. Because again, he's got the Little Mermaid curse. And from my guess, he was in love with Emmeline's friend. But Emmeline's friend is getting married and stuff. But it's very interesting and rather fun, to be honest. I'm having a lot of fun with this, but it's very hard for me, me personally, to play a very stuck-up, snooty, and cold-hearted person. I'm just like, oh, it's cringe for me, but I love it. And there is one character in here called Rumpel. I fucking love him. He's an hysterical playboy. He'll be a route I go down in future. But I'm currently seeing where the Rod route takes us because he seemed the more difficult one. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to punish myself and take the harder route. As you do. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with my little stream setup as well. I even got like a little note in the corner there. You know, because we're always raising money for cancer research. You know, I want to at least hit the target before Christmas because I want to start a charity stream for an autistic charity around Christmas time, you know, because it's good to help where you can, to be honest. And, you know, cancer research is a very important charity to my family because, you know, I lost my grandparents and my aunties and uncles to cancers, and some are still in remission, but they have been a huge support for, you know, not only the patients in my family, but also the entire family. The supports are always good. So I always try to at least give back anytime I can. And so far we've hit £100 out of the 300 target, so I'm super, super pleased with that, honestly. Like, I get so emotional anytime somebody's, like, been helping out. I get emotional. You guys are too kind to me at times, I swear. And Cornell, I hope you had an amazing Father's Day yesterday. Happy belated Daddy's Day. I hope you were spoiled rotten, honey. But I hope it was a good one. And for all of you who did celebrate your Father's Day, you know, or even if you don't celebrate Father's Day like I personally don't, I just make the day special for my tiny dragon to spoil his daddy. But I hope you had a good day regardless yesterday. We're going to call some servants to carry these boxes in. So he turns around and begins to walk away. I like the bunny teddy bear. And this lovely lady here is our MC, our main character. We renamed her to fit us, of course, so it's Princess Nozomi. It fits very well because, you know, my OC, she is a princess too, hence the crown on my head. I can appreciate my crown, people. I glance at Emmeline, who nods her head. That's such a nice name, Emmeline. I did get to see a tiny baby today. One of my mum friends had a little girl
12 days ago and she was very tiny. I was like, nope. I don't want any more. No, thank you. One is enough for me. Can't help but appreciate cute little tiny babies and cute animals. You know. I really am sorry. Thank you for helping my brother, Nozomi. I need to get Cornell and Sai on one of these streams with me at some point to do some fun voice acting, because that would be awesome. I think a lot of people would enjoy that. I have got myself a horror game at some point to play. I've got too many games to play. I have to set up my capture card too. But it's procrastination, everyone. I really am sorry. Thank you for helping my brother Nozomi. She's so fucking sweet. But like, our fucking MC hates her. I'm like, god damn it. I curtsy ever so slightly before running after Rod. Run, bitch! Rod, wait! He picks up his pace as if trying to lose me. Fucking god damn it, man! I turn the corner and barely stop myself before running right into Rod's back. What now? Why are you so angry at me today? I've barely even spoken to you. Your mere presence is enough to darken my mood. You're a see you next Tuesday, Rod, I swear to God. I glare at him and cross my arms. Rude. I'm so passive-aggressive in this game, I will fair warn you guys. Funny. You call me cruel, but right now you are worse than I ever was. I don't need someone who hasn't even managed a single good deed to lecture me. Oh, fuck you, bitch! I have to try very hard to resist the urge to slap him. I'd fucking do it! Pay me, I would! You were supposed to help me get a good deed. As I said before, I never agreed to this. I still refuse to help you. Just stand on your bunny rabbit, mate. Rod starts walking again, and I hurry after him. I cannot help but recall how cold he was with Viorica earlier. I thought they were friends, but he treated her like this at the toy shop too. Why were you so angry at Viorica earlier? No reason. Lies, bitch! I raise an eyebrow when Rod quickly answers the question. Then you were cold for no reason. You have such a princely disposition. Rod frowns, but has no rebuttal for my words. You must be generally cold and unfriendly. Excuse me? That would explain why you treated Viorica as you did. I had thought that you two were childhood friends. Viorica was always closer to Emmeline than with me. We may have been friendly once, we've since become distant. Distant? It is none of your business. I pause as we pass by my door, remembering that I left both the fabrics and Delora inside. I make my way towards the door and open it. What are you doing? None of your business. Enjoyed your field trip. And this is the witch Delora who cursed us, by the way. She can turn into a small doll. And stuff. She's actually a good witch. But she fucking dresses badass, and I fucking, you know, I like the appeal. I get to look at pretty ladies. I like pretty ladies and pretty guys. What can I say? Enjoyed your field trip? I frown when I see her sitting on my bed in human form.
What would you have done if it wasn't me? Us witches have a sense for these things. Delora. Ah, yes. Hello, Rod. Rod slowly enters the room. Sebby is his little rabbit as well. Nice to see you here, Lady Delora. Nice to see you too, Sebby. I swear Sebby's just short for Sebastian because he's got the mermaid curse. Why are you here? Delora shrugs as she inspects her nails. I thought I would help the princess here since someone doesn't seem very willing. Rod furrows his eyebrows at her. I didn't... Yes, I know. You didn't sign up for this. But do you really think you have a choice, Rod? Delora looks at Rod pointedly. You know the consequences. Fails. Rod looks away, expression conflicted. Consequence? What are you talking about? Consequences for not helping my curse? Rod sighs heavily before turning back to Delora. He does not pay attention to me. Oh, I'm right here, guys. Thanks. I am not the right person for this. Doesn't matter what you think. The princess thought you were. So suck it up and do your job. He is not amused. Rod is silent for a few moments before he finally faces me, looking resigned. I will help you then, but don't expect me to change my opinions of you. I shrug at him. It's not like I was expecting you in the first place. I fucking love the design for the MC. She looks so like regal, and I love her hairstyle, and her eyes are just so nice. She has she's been sort of conditioned by her dead mum to basically think, you know, she's above everybody else and that to trust nobody. She has severe trust issues and, you know, thinks very highly of herself. So she's sort of learning from the bottom up. Delora grins with clear triumph. Good talk. Rod sighs. In order to achieve your good deeds, you're going to need to mend what you broke before. I feel I already know what he's going to say. My sister has always wanted to be your friend, so you must do just that. Show her kindness, you may be able to get your first good deed through her. Show her kindness, huh? Delora decides to stay in my room for the time being, saying that she believes Rod will be able to help me from now on. Later, I make my way to the dining room with the fabrics to see Emmeline and Ophelia inside. Nozomi! Ah, I see you have the fabric. Thank you. The stepmom Ophelia. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but I'm sticking to it now. Ophelia takes the top. Is it Ophelia or Ophelia? I fucking don't know. I'd say Ophelia because there's no two L's. So we'll go Ophelia. Ophelia takes the topmost sample of fabric and begins to inspect it as Emmeline walks up to me. Where's Rod? He returned to his study. Oh, right. He has history lessons today. I'm yet to finish my history homework, which is due tomorrow. As Emmeline muses aloud, I ponder what Rod told me earlier. I must become Emmeline's friend. But is that really a good deed? I I hope Rod didn't send the servants out before he went back to his room. I wanted to tell him that Viorica and I had already called on guards to bring the boxes inside. Maybe he decided to start his lessons earlier so that he could make your dance lesson this evening. Dance lesson? Father wanted to hire the best dance instructor in Angiel, but I honestly feel more comfortable with Rod teaching me. He's a good dancer, so Father has allowed it. That is a surprise. I did not know Rod could dance. He used to prefer singing, but then Ophelia trails off. I know that she is talking about the fairy tale curse, but I do not expect her to divulge such information to a maid like myself. He's decided to focus on his dancing for the past few months. Ophelia glances down at the fabrics, then looks up and smiles at me. Elsamy, would you mind helping me with this? I obediently walk over to the fabrics Ophelia wants me to look through. They are apparently samples for the tablecloth that will be used during the ball. This is going to be a long day. Where? Rod comes immediately to the throne room after his history lessons to start on his dance lessons with Emmeline. I'm only standing here because it is my responsibility as her personal maid to watch over her as she practices. I watch as she steps out of rhythm and Rod sighs at her. You're doing it wrong. The 10th time. Sorry. Again. They start from the beginning and I am able to stifle my own sigh when Emmeline messes up the same step again. This would make the 11th time. Really am terrible at this. Would you rather have the royal dance instructor teach you? He has more experience teaching than I do. Oh no! I really do want you to teach me, Rod. I'm sorry that I'm such a slow learner. We're always good at everything. Singing, dancing, cooking. Prince Rod cooks? Yes, Rod does cook. Very good at it. You didn't have to tell her that, Em. Really matter? I love bragging about how talented my little brother is. See a tinge of pink in Rod's cheeks. He turns away. Oh, he blushing! Look at him! Is he embarrassed? Emmeline looks down at the floor, her smile smaller. Wish I was as talented as you, Rod. I'd always thought Emmeline was overly optimistic. She always seemed to bounce back with a smile, no matter how many times I pushed her away. Now I cannot help but reconsider that thought. Still, seeing her like this only irritates me. Pitying yourself will get you nowhere. Not everyone can be perfect at everything when they first start out. I remember when Mother gave me similar lessons. She was always such a harsh teacher. Hated when I showed weakness in front of her. Made me keep practicing until I had perfected whatever it was she wanted me to do. Failure was never an option. I never had time for self-pity. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself, just try harder. Let failure inspire you to do better. Nosami, that was... She's right, Rod. Instead of complaining, I should be working harder. I let out an exasperated sigh and crossed my arms. You always look at your feet whenever you reach the underarm turn. Instead, focus on counting your steps and let Prince Rod lead you. Worrying too much on your next step is what puts you off rhythm. Emmeline stares at me. Can you dance, Nozomi? I can. Why? Wow! Amazing! There is nothing amazing about being able to dance. I'll have you fucking beg to differ. Musical theatre dancing was fucking hard in college, thank you. And contemporary dance. And jazz. Jesus. Her praise makes me embarrassed regardless. Maybe I can learn faster seeing someone else do the dance first. What are you talking about? It might be easier to copy the steps if I could have someone perform them first. She turns to me suddenly, eyes bright. Oh no. You help me? I am meant to assist Emmeline in any way that I can. Dancing with her brother? Surely, lowly maid should not be doing this. No, bitch, I'm accepted. Be her friend. Well, if I do accept, I can prove that I'm a better dancer than Rod. Fucking Jesus, woman. We're trying to get a good deed. Besides, I'm supposed to be listening to Emmeline, no matter how absurd her requests are. If that is what you want. Really? Emmeline rushes up to me and takes my hand in hers. Thank you, Nozomi. I thought it might be an awkward request, but I'm so happy you've agreed to this. I mean, some people are visual learners, you know? I know some aspects of my learning was visual. No? I turned to look at Rod, who was glowering at me. I am not dancing with her. She might step on my feet. Emmeline gives him a disapproving look. Rod, please. Rod eyes me warily. I step toward him and offer my hand. Oh, that came out of nowhere. I'm staying hydrated like a good dragon. Promise. Shall we? Rod scowls at me for a few moments before finally taking my hand. Oh, that's a cute cutscene! Oh! I put my hand on his shoulder and he places his hand on the small of my back. Rod looks at me but quickly averts his gaze. It's cute! Something wrong? I didn't think I would ever have to dance with you at all. Rude. Neither did I. Rod looks at me again. This time, he has an uncomfortable scowl on his face. He is not the only uncomfortable one here. We both start dancing, and I mentally start counting the steps. It's been a long time since I danced with anyone. The steps come to me naturally. Dance is rather simple. While Rod and I move stiffly, I cannot help but notice his careful footwork. I realise that Rod really is a pretty decent dancer. Of course, I would never openly admit that. When we stop, I hear Emmeline clapping her hands as she looks at the both of us in awe. You really are a good dancer! Thank you so much for showing me the steps. Now I know for sure what to do during that part. I just shrug at her before stepping back into the corner. Emmeline takes her position in front of Rod once more. This time she has a bright smile on her face. I cannot believe something as simple as that made her so happy. At the end of the day, Emmeline has managed to do the steps correctly. She tells me many times how grateful she is for the help. After practice, I return to my room and retire to bed. I think about how happy Emmeline was. How can such small things make a person so happy? It's the simple things in life. I always tell people this. You gotta be grateful for the simple things. It's the small joys. Stepped out of rhythm again, me. Flashback with evil mom. Fuck yeah. But mother, it's really hard. A princess never complains. You must perfect this waltz by tomorrow. Otherwise, I will not allow you to play with your dolls for the day. But if you have time for objections, you have time to push yourself harder. Now, once again, from the top. Ooh! The following days are uneventful. Emmeline continues her dance lessons with Rod. The steps are still far from perfect, but I can tell that she has improved since my demonstration with Rod. Meanwhile, Rod still chooses to ignore me most of the time, though I have noticed that he is less cold than usual. Fucking progress! Yeah! At least he does not snap at me for no good reason anymore. I mean, I'd let him snap me. What? I didn't say sussy shit. Though Delora is no longer assisting me, she insists on staying in my room more often. She says that there is something important she wants to investigate, and I cannot even guess what it might be. I prefer not having her around anyway. Her constant chattering makes it difficult to focus on anything. Right now, I'm still trying to figure out how I can achieve my first good deed. Almost 3 months have passed since I was first cursed, but I have yet to complete my first good deed. These are my thoughts as I head back to my sleeping quarters for dinner that night. Emmeline excused me long ago, insisting that I go onto my own room before she went to hers. I'm walking down the hallway when I notice Rod heading down a familiar path. I follow after him. Are you going to the Marken? Ah, fucking scared the boy. Rod jumps and turns around. The surprise in his face quickly fades into annoyance. Don't do that again. I'm a ninja! And no, not today. Since I came here, I found out that Rod occasionally sneaks out of the palace at night, through the secret passageway to go to the Marken. Even now, I'm still confused as to why he goes there. He said before that he had given up on breaking the curse. It makes me wonder why he still visits. It also makes me wonder why he would refuse to break his curse in the first place. Is he okay being the way that he is? Or is his curse just really difficult to break? Why were you cursed, Rod? Yeah, we usually have reasons to be cursed as well. Our MC princess, she's well stuck up. I'm not answering that question. Why? I cannot help you break your curse if you refuse to tell me anything. I told you before that I do not need your help. But I chose you as my partner. You help me, and I help you. It is highly likely that breaking Rod's curse will also count for a good deed. Rod scowls at me, crosses his arms. I'm afraid that this isn't how this works at all. The sound of footsteps keeps me from coming back for a talk. We both turn to see Sir Alcaster approaching them. Oh god, this guy again. Prince Rod, good evening. Good evening, Sir Alcaster. Sir Alcaster turns to me and raises an eyebrow. Shouldn't you be attending to Princess Emmeline? Rod silences me with a look. He moves to stand in front of me, shielding me from Sir Alcaster's gaze. We were just about to go to her. Let's go, Nozomi. Rod strides away and I quickly curtsy to Sir Alcaster before following after Rod. I can still feel Sir Alcaster's eyes on my back as I walk away. I try my best to suppress a shudder. The man's scary, alright? Rod and I walk through the hallway in silence. We both stop in our tracks and we hear the clattering of silverware. I look around and realise that the sound has come from behind a set of doors, slightly open. The dining hall. Oh no! Emmeline's voice. We do not see Emmeline when we enter the room, but there is a dizzying array of cutlery set on the table. Emmeline surprises us both by crawling out from beneath the table. She flashes us an embarrassed smile as she gets to her feet, holding several forks and knives in her hands. What are you doing here? Getting ready for bed. Sorry. I eye the silverware on the table. I thought I could practice before I sleep today. It has already been an incredibly long day for her, and she is still doing this? I watch as Emmeline puts the cutlery back on the table in the wrong places. You need to rest, Em. I will, after I practice the placement one last time. She smiles at him before returning to the table. I don't know why a person would need so much cutlery. 1 fork, 1 spoon, and 1 knife should be more than enough for any meal. True. And all these glasses. If I recall correctly, this one is for water, this one is for red wine, and this one is for white wine. Point out her mistake or give her the correct answer. I'll give her the correct one. That flute is for champagne. The other is for sherry. Oh, right. There are 2 more. The other is for juice, and the other glass for dessert wine. The dessert wine glass will only be used during the dessert course, and the juice glass is only used when juice is being served as a course. Otherwise, it is placed next to the water goblet. I see. See Rod staring at me out the corner of his eyes. His lips twitch before he turns back to his sister. It looked like he was about to smile. Oh, right choice! Hell yeah! Then what are these for? Emmeline points to a group of forks in front of her. You use those every day, Your Highness. You should know the answer. Emmeline points at them. She rattles off names. Dinner fork, fish fork, salad. Correct. You know so much about etiquette too. You're really incredible, Nozomi. You make a better noblewoman than I do. Even if I told her I was noble, not as if she would believe me, because they've all forgotten that she was noble. I just read a lot about all of these things. Read and know enough to put them into practice? That's amazing! Especially since you haven't even been with us so long. Right, Rod? Rod shrugs, Guess not, much to my surprise. 3. Perhaps you should be my teacher, Nozomi. I can learn so quickly from you. Emmeline quickly straightens out. Cutlery. Now that I think about it, I've come to realize that Emmeline is much more than she should be. Probably because I'm forced to spend so much time with her as her maid. Different. She is flawed, and not as conceited, more humble than I had originally thought. Maybe I should try lending her a hand. I may not be one of your tutors. If you need help with your lesson, just ask me and I will do what I can for you. Nozomi. I glance at Rod, who is once again wearing that expression of surprise. Bitch, I'm nice! I'll try! I shift my attention to Emmeline once again. Only have 1 month left to prepare, and as your personal maid, I feel it my responsibility to help you in whatever ways I can. Awesome. Oh, don't fucking cry on me, bitch! Emmeline wipes her eyes with the back of her hand, and that's when I notice something glistening. Cheeks. Crying. I don't think our princess deals well with tears. Like, don't cry. If you cry, I cry. I mean, I'm the same IRL. I get super fussy if people cry. When people cry to me, it's like, oh no. You're extremely kind, Nozomi. Thank you. I will definitely take you up on that offer. I'm still looking at Emmeline. I catch a faint glow coming from the pendant on my chest. Oh my god! What just happened? Oh, what a pretty necklace you have, Nozomi. You. Anyway, for now I think the both of us would benefit from some sleep. After escorting Emmeline back to her room, I walk out into the hallway, dazed. What was that light? It seems like you actually managed to obtain your first good deed. I got a deed! Did not know he was still here. I look down at my pendant, astonished at what I see. We got the first part of it! A piece of the glass slipper. I gingerly touch the new piece that's hanging next to my existing glass slipper pendant. We have 1 full pendant, we just need to fix the other one so we have 2. Israel. You're not too bad after all. You're smiling! Happy boy! Just compliment me. What? Rod turns away. Nothing. He walks away, leaving me alone with my thoughts. Chapter 5, Secrets. Ooh! Flashback! Flashback! Yay! Time for Tiny Nozomi. Good morning, Your Highness. Would you like to play with us? Do you want to play with me? Yeah, come play with us. We'll have lots of fun. Well, please, just for a little while. Maybe I can. Nozomi, what are you doing here in front of the gates? Mother. Good morning, Your Majesty. We were just wondering if the princess wants to come play with us. No. Princess Nozomi does not want to play with you. But, Mother, I do. Enough idle chatter. We must go. It's almost time for your dance lesson. But Nozomi, do not make me repeat myself.
Yes, Mother.
It is... Oh my goodness! Hello! Hello, Mia! Thank you so much for the raid, darling. Welcome on in, raiders! How are you? My name is Nozomi, your Welsh Pandragon. Well, just Welsh Dragon for now. I'm still going for an identity crisis. Me, my baby! How are we? And hello, raiders! How are you? But I'm Nozomi. Welcome on in to Raven's Hollow. I'm doing absolutely well now that you are here, my sweetheart. We're playing Cinderella Phenomenon while raising money for cancer research. As always, I'm still on that grind to help charity. But yeah, we are enjoying a lovely chilled Monday stream. I am obsessed with these little storybook things. But how was stream? How was Slime Rancher, my darling? Did you farm many slimes today? But yes, welcome on in, readers. I hope you have had a lovely time. If you guys are tired from spending time with Mia, go and get yourself something to eat and drink and get yourself cozy. You know, I'm so happy that you've come over to see me, but your health always comes first. I'm so glad you found a new one. I haven't played Slime Rancher in a long minute, to be honest. I'm still new to it. Like, I play a bit and then my brain's like, ooh, let's do something else. But yeah. Oh, thank you so much for bringing over your babies. Oh, I feel so special. Oh, it is fun. It is super fun. I've been interested in like these stories for a while, but for those who don't know what Cinderella Phenomenon is, it is an interactive story game. And our MC, she is currently cursed with the Cinderella curse. Found you through Twitter a long while ago. Oh my goodness! Thank you, darling! Oh, I feel super special now, but I really appreciate that. Thank you for thinking of me. That means a lot to me. See, little things touch me. Just being thought about, I'm just like emotional. Thank you. But yeah, so essentially our main character, who we have named Nozomi, you know, for obvious reasons, to fit my because I am a princess, obviously. But she's also nicknamed the Ice Princess because when she is a princess, she is actually very cold to other people, based on the upbringing of her toxic, now dead mum. So, to try and dumb it down for people. But basically, she was raised to sort of be very cold to everybody, not let people in because they could use you for things. So over time, you know, she kept to the palace herself, and she was very like, she thought, you know, people were quite beneath her, and she sort of never forgave her father for remarrying her stepmom Ophelia, and bringing her children over to stay in the palace. So a witch called Dolores basically was like, nah, I'm teaching you a lesson, so you get one of the fairy tale curses. There are many fairy tale curses, and some of the spousal options in this game are affected by their curses as well, of different fairy tales. So ours got the Cinderella curse, and we have to do 3 good deeds to basically break our curse of everybody forgetting we're royalty. And we've just achieved our first good deed by helping by befriending our stepsister, Amelia. So that's super fun. I've chosen my stepbrother Rod as like the partner sort of journey you go down to, because he's more of a challenge character. But Rod has the mermaid fairy tale curse. And he speaks through a toy rabbit. There are other ones that do have other different curses. There is one that I can't obtain yet, who has the Peter Pan curse. And there's another hilarious, like, Playboy character. He's got the Rumpelstiltskin curse. And a few others we don't know much about yet. But we've just got the first piece of our necklace. And so far, I'm having so much fun. But, like, this MC princess, she's a bit of a bitch. And she's very stuck up. So it's very hard for me to be, like, all, oh, I'm so better than you type of shit. Oh my goodness, thank you, Mia, for the raid. Oh, and Cornell, I feel so loved today. Little small things make me extremely happy. And I'm so appreciative that you decided to think of me and bring your community over. I do hope you and the raiders enjoy my cozy streams. I am a cozy comfort streamer, but I will swear like a sailor and you might get the occasional innuendo. But that's about as far as my chaoticness goes, to be honest. And I have an obnoxious laugh. I know this about myself. So I'm just pre-warning a lot of people. But I also, I don't just cover variety games and cozy games. Every Friday, I do folklore streams. So I am known for sharing quite a lot of currently Welsh folklore because I am Welsh. So you'll find that on Fridays. I do Folklore Fridays. It's a comfy just chatting stream where I do all sorts of folklore. Currently, we're doing Wales, which is my country of origin. And then in the future, I will be doing many other countries from around the world. And possibly inviting guests from those different parts of the countries to come and, talk with me about the folklore and stuff of their country, which is super, super fun. Yeah, I hope I've sold myself enough. But if you have missed if you are interested in folklore as well, and you're worried about missing any of the previous content that I did on the other Fridays because you're new here, I do keep all of my past VODs on my YouTube channel. So there is a bunch of chaos you'll find in the mix over on there if you're just checking me for the first time. Hello, Crucible, my darling. How are we, sweetie? Happy Monday. How was your weekend, my sweetheart? And be prepared for pet names. Y'all are gonna get pet names because it's just me. It's a British thing. It's still too hot here for tea, so I'm sad. But yeah. Let's see where else we can go with this. Rainy and cozy. Oh, we've had on and off rain showers, and not just light rain showers. It's been coming down in buckets, but like the humidity is still here, and I'm just like, I shouldn't be this sweaty. I shouldn't be this humid. I kill for a nice cool breeze, but even my fan is like, here, have warm air. I've been consuming so much ice cream these past few weeks because of the heat, but the struggle is I'm lactose intolerant, so my stomach has not been a happy stomach, to be honest. But I'm like, I don't care, I'm too hot. It is still dawn when I wake up. As much as I want to continue sleeping, I have no choice but to get up and prepare for the day. That is a mood. I love sleeping. But, usually my free time happens when, Tiny Dragon is asleep and at school. So for me, this is when y'all see me and get to hang out with me in the evenings. Because I'm not just Mama Dragon sort of on Discord and on Twitch and stuff. I'm a Mama Dragon IRL. So that's a little fact for you guys to know about Nozomi. I'm not sure if I should consider doing a Q&A at some point. Been on my to-do list, and the to-do list forever grows. The last thing I need is an annoying lecture from the head maid. Oh, the head maid in this is a bitch. I've almost become accustomed to waking up this early, even if I do not enjoy it. As soon as my preparations are made, I begin to make my way toward Emmelane's room. Should should she wake early. I'm about halfway there when I hear familiar voices. Standing far ahead of me, Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros. Oh no, it's Mr. Scary Eyes and Mr. Sly. Oh no. Are you sure this is going to work? Have a little faith in me, my friend. You two are fucking sus. Friends? We are not friends. The Alcaster narrows his eyes, then turns abruptly to look at me. Oh shit. Ah, Miss Nozomi, was it? Sir Mithros, Sir Alcaster. Have you been eavesdropping, child? He has no reason to be angry at me. They were talking about something confidentially. They should not have been openly talking in the hallway. I am on my way to Princess Emmeline's room, sir. That is why I am here. I coolly look at Sir Alcaster, who looks like he's about to pop a vein. I cannot help but feel satisfied at his reaction. Served! I'm so like... Oh... I get so like... Oh... I forget the word. Passive aggressive when it comes to this, to some of their reactions. You just hear him just curse them out. In just a few steps, he is suddenly looming over me. Oh, not the scary eyes! Sir Alcaster has scary eyes. I have never seen Sir Alcaster look so angry. What is going on? Rod is now walking towards us with a scowl on his face. Sir Alcaster notices this and quickly steps back. There was just a little misunderstanding, Your Highness. Rod glances at me, his eyes narrowing. Great, I'm sure he's going to blame me for this too, even though I did nothing. Oh, I'm being protected! This handsome chappie is Rod, with the mermaid curse, and he communicates through Sebi, this little bunny. Much to my surprise, Rod puts himself between me and Sir Alcaster. I don't know much about Sir Alcaster. Are you alright, Nozomi? He is worried about me. I slowly nod. Rod turns back to Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros. If you don't have any business with Nozomi, I will be taking her with me. Emmeline is already waiting for her. The Alcaster stares at me for a few moments before bowing down to Rod. I think they might be fucking evil witches or people. As Delora mentioned about them. And so did Parfait. Of course, Your Highness. Thank you. Rod turns to me again, his expression solemn. Shall we? He walks off before waiting for my reply. I look back at Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithros one last time before chasing after him. Those two are so fucking sus! The both of us spend the next few minutes in silence. Rod has not said a thing since my encounter with Sir Mithros, Sir Alcaster. You okay? What? You already asked me that before. Really that worried? I am fine now. I'm gonna be honest about it. It's like, no, I'm not fine. I've just got like fucking weird vibes. I have never been treated with such disrespect by Sir Alcaster. He is needlessly hostile toward me. Rod scoffs. Before he was forced to show you respect because you were a princess. Now, because you're a commoner, he speaks to you as bluntly as he speaks to everyone else. But that does not excuse rude behaviour. Rod shrugs. He's a lot like someone else that I know. Gives me a pointed look. I'm a changed princess, I swear. Always finds a way to scold me somehow. I scowl at him before turning away. You said that Emmeline was waiting for me. Did not expect her to be up so early. Where is she? I lied. Deceitful Rod! What? He lied to help me out that situation. Why? Helping. Because while you're here, you're my responsibility. I may loathe the role, but I will still uphold it. Besides, you don't need a reason to help someone. Help someone in need. I remember Parfait and Delora telling me before that being good often involves helping others who are in need. Now that I've helped you, I'll be taking my leave now. Your fencing lesson will end. Rod starts to walk off, then stops and turns back to me. Don't get yourself into more trouble. I won't be there all the time to save you. I glare at him and cross my arms. I am not some damsel in distress, Your Highness. I do not need your help. Rod snorts before turning away from me, walking away. Later that day, I watch Emmeline finish her etiquette lesson. I can tell that the teacher is impressed with her progress. Emmeline is able to correctly name all the glasses and cutlery. She is not so slow a learner. I'd come here earlier in the day to better teach Emmeline about proper dining etiquette. It turns out that my lesson was valuable. You have shown great improvement, Your Highness. The non-important NPCs don't get fucking faces. I'm glad you have been diligent with your studies. No doubt you'll be ready for the ball soon. Emmeline smiles, her cheeks turning pink. Thank you. I wouldn't have done it without the help of a friend. Yeah! She was our first good deed. We got to be Emmeline's friend. Emmeline glances at me briefly and smiles gently. I really owe her a lot. That is wonderful. I'm so glad you have such a dedicated friend, Your Highness. Friend? Is that really what I am to her? Hi, Duck! How are you, sweetie? I hope you're doing well today. Happy Monday! I am doing very well, thank you, sweetheart. I am having a lot of fun with Cinderella Phenomenon. It's super cute. I am glad to hear you're doing good, honey. I hope you get cozy and enjoyed the stream, baby. But princesses do not have maids as friends. A royal does not mingle with commoners, especially not with servants. Mother told me that before. Bitch, you were raised by a bad mother. She was a bitch. Emmeline does not treat me as a maid, but you cannot possibly think of me as a friend. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, I absolutely love this this model. It's super cute and super cozy and fits very well with my vibe and my stream, so I'm really happy. After the teacher gives Emmeline several books to study for their next lesson, she ends the lesson and excuses herself. Emmeline approaches me and grasps my hands. Oh, I've been touched! No! Thank you so much, Nozomi. I wouldn't have passed without your help. All I did was repeat the things your teacher taught you. But you're different. I raise an eyebrow at her. Different? I tend to get nervous in my lessons. My teachers are strict and intimidating. Hello, Izzy! How are you, baby? I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. So many cute babies have come to join me today. I cave beneath the pressure. But with you, well, I feel more comfortable around you. It's probably because we're almost the same age, and your lessons feel more casual. So thank you. I'm very grateful to you. Oh, well, welcome home, Izzy. Make sure you get something to eat, and you get cozy and comfy. I hope you've had a good day. She looks down at the ground shyly. I hope it's alright that we're friends. I furrow my eyebrows at her. Why would you even want to be friends with a maid? You're supposed to be making friends with the nobles, not the servant. Emmeline frowns, and I can feel her deflate. She walks toward the window and sighs. Better than most days, that's for sure. That is good to hear! Small progress, even small victories and baby steps should always be celebrated. Even if you have a row of bad days, you have one good day. Celebrate the good day. You're doing well. And you've still woken up for another day. And that is all anyone can ask for. As long as you're taking little steps for yourself, then that's fine. And as long as you can say every day that you tried your best that day, and your best could be what others consider your worst. You could barely get anything done. But the one thing you did that day was you had breakfast, or you made your bed, or God forbid you brushed your teeth or had a shower. Things like that are victories for a lot of people, myself included. So, I'm proud of you, Izzy, baby. I'm glad to hear you are better today. One step at a time and keep doing an amazing job, sweetie. And that goes for everybody here. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves. I'll be sad otherwise. I tried. They may not say anything, but I can feel them silently judging me. I wasn't born a princess, and I feel that they judge everything that I do. They think that I smile too much, that I'm not regal enough. They feel that I'm too clumsy or too cheerful. Of course! Make sure you eat enough and you enjoy your dinner, honey. Thank you for stopping by to let me know you're okay and to say hello. I always love seeing you, baby. Enjoy your food and get plenty of rest, Izzy. Thank you for stopping by, sweet pea. Well, Emmeline definitely does not act like a noble. I cannot say I blame the nobles for being skeptical of her. Being with them suffocates me. I do my best to act like a princess, but the way they all look at me, as if they're waiting for me to make a mistake. Hello, Jaguar, darling. Thank you for stopping by with the well wishes. I love having you stop by. Always makes my day, baby. But you have a lovely day too, Jaguar. I love you. Mwah. Kisses. Then they'll have an excuse to jeer at me. Every girl dreams of becoming a princess, and yet this is not my dream. I really just miss being a normal girl. Miss my freedom. Thank you for the care package, Jaguar baby. Oh, and it's a nice stretch. I needed that stretch. Thank you, honey. I have my drink. Thank you. And my posture is good. Thank you, honey. I looked at her, thoughtful. I think I can understand what Emmeline is feeling. Just like me, she was thrown into a world she was not ready to be a part of. Right now, we have no choice but to fit in. She never wanted my title in the first place, yet I accused her of stealing it. Have you told your mother how you feel? Emmeline shakes her head. No, not the king either. I don't want them to think that I'm ungrateful. That's why I'm trying my best to become accustomed to all of this. I cross my arms. But you are not happy. I'm not. Everyone just assumes that I'm happy because I smile a lot. If that ain't fucking facts, man. I do that. That's my coping mechanism. I smile. Even when I'm sad, yo. She barely opens up to anyone, and yet she opened up to me. Had I been given the choice before I was cursed, I would never have listened to her. You should tell them how you feel, rather than just keep it yourself. Otherwise the stress will continue to accumulate on your shoulders. I wish I could be more honest with them. I really do. I envy you for being able to speak your mind. She envies me? Emmeline takes a deep breath and sighs. The frown fades with the sigh and is quickly replaced by a fragile smile. I'm sorry for ranting to you like that. I must have bored you with my story. I used to get so annoyed with her, but now that I have seen this side of her, I suppose she is not as terrible as I had first thought. Oh! I remember that Mother wanted to see me after my lessons today. Allow me to escort you to the Queen, then. Thank you. Oh. Days pass without any real conflict. I run into Sir Alcaster again in the hallways. His eyes pass over me as if I'm something to be ignored. Delora, who's been ignoring me as she's been busy with her other priorities, returned to the Marken yesterday to discuss something important with Parfait. It is not as if she has been any help since she came here. She mostly stays in my room, while I run around doing errands for Emmeline and taking on other chores as they are handed to me. Right now, I'm headed to the palace gates as I hurry to meet Emmeline. She's going out to town to meet Fiorica again, and I was told to meet her here. It's Fritz! Oh yes, he knows that we are still a princess, but has to sort of call us by our common name at the minute. He's just very confused. Nozomi! I turn around to see Fritz walking in my direction. Fritz is another cutie, by the way. I think he is one of the choices we can take, I'm not too sure. Ever since I told him to refer to me by my name, he's been stumbling over not using my title. I rarely see him. When I do, we do not have much time to discuss anything. Can I help you with anything, Fritz? It's been a while. Have you managed to complete one of your good deeds? Days after I had originally run into Fritz, I managed to have a quick conversation with him regarding my curse. It's been a long time since that conversation happened. Recently, I have barely seen Fritz. I hear rumours that he's been reassigned somewhere outside the palace. I show him my pendant and point to the piece of second glass slipper. I managed to get one several days ago. Nozomi, that's wonderful! I knew that you could get one. Only 2 more and then I can break this curse. Oh god, not Mithros again. Ah, Fritz. Nozomi. I did not think the two of you were acquainted. We both turn our heads at the same time, when Mithros suddenly appears from around the corner, the usual smile on his lips. Sir Mithros. Fritz, I believe Sir Alcaster is looking for. Right. Sorry. Nozomi. I must take my leave now. Of course. Fritz bows to Sir Mithros before walking off, leaving me alone with Sir Mithros. Mithros does not say anything, but continues to smile at me. His staring makes me feel incredibly uncomfortable. I mean, same, yo. He's good looking, but, you know. Eye contact, bro. There's something on my face. Prolonged eye contact, that's what it is. Fucking hell. Like, bro. I know you're cute, but fucking stop staring at me. Excuse me. I curtsy and start to walk off, and Sir Mithros calls my name. Nozomi? Yes? I just wanted to thank you for your hard work and dedication to our princess. I look at him puzzled by his sudden gratitude. Don't worry. Everything will soon be remedied. Oh, you're fucking evil, sus, man. Excuse me? My apologies. I did not mean to keep. He completely ignores my question. He dips his head slightly before turning and walking away, the smile still on his face. What was that all about? Rod and Emmeline are already waiting for me outside the carriage by the time I arrive at the palace gates. Rod has his arms crossed and looks at me irritable. His face is perpetually stuck in that scowl, it seems. You are late. My apologies. You're so grumpy, but you've been late many times before too, Rod. Rod just shrugs his shoulders as he turns and heads into the carriage. Emmeline sighs before looking at me. Shall we? Of course. The three of us sit in silence as the carriage rolls towards the town. The knight assigned to guard duty is sitting out front, the driver watching for any disturbances. Emmeline glances forlornly out one window, while Rod silently looks out the other as he rests his chin on the palm of his hand. I notice Emmeline pausing to glance at Rod every now and then, looking restless. Finally, she breaks the silence. Are you still mad that I asked you to come along to visit Viorica? Could have declined the invitation, Rod. And if you would only tell me what happened between the two of you, I would do my best to remedy it. Rod notices me looking at him, scowls, turns his moody gaze to the window. I have nothing to say, Em. But you used to be good friends with Viorica too, Rod. But then ever since you were... Emmeline stops herself, but I know that she is referring to hers. After that day, you've kept your distance from her. Then, when you found out about the wedding, you became even colder toward her. He loves Viorica. He's got the mermaid curse, so it's fucking obvious. Even Viorica is worried about you, Rod. He worries that she might have offended you somehow. Emmeline. There's a hint of warning in his tone. Is it possible that Viorica is related to Rod's curse, considering the timing? Emmeline opens her mouth again to say something, but then suddenly stops, returns to the window, her expression mirroring Rod's own gloom. We are all silent until we arrive at the toy shop. Emmeline, good to see you again. And you too. Nozomi, was it? I nod in acknowledgement. Viorica nods politely at the knight, stands guard at the shop door. It's just the two of you today? Oh, Rod has stayed outside again, hasn't he? Emmeline and I both turn around to see that Rod has indeed vanished. Emmeline frowns, looking both bewildered and disappointed. He was right behind us. I will go look for him. Thank you, Nozomi. Just as I expected, Rod is leaning against the wall of an alley just outside the toy shop. Look, us hiding. I think I'll stay with him because talking to him about it, he doesn't want to open up. So I think I'll just stay with him. I can tell by Rod's stiff posture that anything I say to him will fall on deaf ears. So I move to stand next to him instead. I lean against the wall with him. What are you doing? Keeping you company? Rod raises an eyebrow at me. I'm envious of people who can raise the single eyebrow. Since when have you even liked me? Well, I'd rather be here than stay inside the toy shop and listen to Emmeline and Yorika talk. So you're not here to try to get me to talk? Well, it's not as if you would answer any of my questions. I have tried forcing you to talk and know how ineffective it is. But I will be here if you do want to. Rod eyes me suspiciously. Fucking give me that sus eyes, man. Since when did you start listening to others? I'll have you know I am a good listener. Hey, good choice. Yeah, that jewel indicates we made a good choice. When you are the personal maid of someone who enjoys talking, you learn to listen. Emmeline has been happier these past few months. Hate to admit it, but it seems to be because of you. Are you actually praising me? Rod looks away, his cheeks tinted pink. Oh, he embarrassed! Think whatever you'd like. It's a sundry, guys. I do not know why, but for some reason I'm happy that Rod gave me a compliment. You like him. I'm a fucking mess. Waltz. Oh my, oh yes, Waltz is another one of the people who got the curse, so he will call me by my title. Princess Nozomi! Rod and I turn to the sound of a familiar voice. Waltz pauses in front of us with a bright smile. He has got the Neverland curse, by the way, the Peter Pan curse, Waltz does. He's one of the locked options and I'm so upset because he is so cute. Nice to see you again, Princess. Waltz, what are you doing here? Well, I was about to deliver a letter to the prince. I guess that won't be necessary anymore. Letter? Lady Parfait asking. Not just you. He wants to see the princess as well. Me? It has been a while since I was last at the market. Is something wrong? They need to discuss something important with the princess. Come to the market tonight. Tonight? But we're already here, so why not now? Waltz's eyes shift to our carriage. We're here with Princess Emmeline, yes? Can't make her wait too long. What they need to discuss with you is complicated. Take some time to explain. The toy shop door opens and Emmeline stands in the doorway, as she says her goodbyes to Viorica. Remember, night. These are Waltz's last words before he slips back into the crowd. Emmeline's visit with Viorica was briefer than I thought it would be. Now all of us are headed back to the palace. Rod has not uttered a word on our way back. I can tell that this is making Emmeline agitated, as she continues to keep glancing at Rod expectantly. If you have something to say it. Emmeline stares at me. You obviously want to say something to Prince Rod. The only way to get your answer is to ask him directly. Rod does not turn around. It is as if he does not hear me. Emmeline clasps her hands and sighs. Well, glanced at Rod, who still persistently stares out the window, his eyes focused on nothing. He is pretending not to hear us. How immature. Rod, Viorica was sad that you weren't there today. She was certain that you stayed outside to avoid seeing her. What is going on with you? I am not in the mood to answer your question, Em. Emmeline grips the edges of her dress, her expression becoming more rigid. Been keeping secrets from us ever since you were cursed. We don't even know why you were cursed or how to help you break it. Wait, the rest of the family doesn't know anything about the circumstances of Rod's curse? I had thought that he had told them everything. All they know is that he is cursed. We're a family. We're supposed to help each other through problems. Emmeline's hands are shaking. She gazes at her brother. Em. The carriage stops, and as soon as the servant opens the door, Emmeline quickly steps out and rushes back toward the palace. Rod watches her go quietly. His eyebrows are furrowed and he looks guilty. I silently shake my head at him before running after Emmeline. Emmeline stands in the hallway with her hands to her chest. She breathes slowly in and out, as if she is on the verge of tears. When she notices me behind her, she turns away and wipes her eyes with the back of her hand. I'm sorry for storming off like that. I was just very frustrated at Rod. Said something I shouldn't have said back there. If anyone finds out about this, they won't. Your secret is safe with me. Emmeline flashes me a grateful smile before looking at the sky. Em! One moment Rod is running down the hallway. Next he is stopped in front of us and is trying to catch his breath. Em, I'm sorry. Sorry too, Rod. But right now I would like to be alone. Oh my goodness, hello, Sedimento. Hi, Sed. Oh my goodness, thank you for the raid. Oh my goodness. Hi, Sid! Oh, so many lovely people! We're playing Fast Mode today! Thank you, and welcome on in, Raiders! If you don't know me, my name is Nozami. I'm your Welsh Dragon, and this is my little sacred area of Raven's Hollow. And I am a comfy variety streamer, and we are playing some Cinderella Phenomenon! Of course I did! Hi, Sin! How are you guys doing? I'm glad you had fun, Said. Of course, I always will say everyone's names. I make it a point to remember everybody who comes to say hello to me, and I really appreciate it. I'm slowly going back to the Shadow Realm. Don't mind me. Of course, PR. I want to try and say that name. Probably Hi. Of course. There we go. Don't worry about it. If you guys are tired from spending time with your streamers that you've come with to me from, don't worry. Grab yourself some snacks, drinks, and get rest if you need it, honeys. Of course, Sed. I always love having you. You're an absolute sweet bean. And thank you for trusting your community with me. I feel really happy and special. I'm getting loved on today. Makes my day. Thank you. Yeah, we've been playing some Cinderella Phenomenon while raising money for cancer research, as always. You know, still pushing to get our our grind up to £300 for cancer research. Aw, Said, you're a sweetheart. You're absolutely cute. Yeah, I was worried about you. I was making sure you're okay. I'm glad to see you're doing well, and I'm glad you had so much fun. But welcome on in, raiders who have come from Said's channel. Oh my god, I can't talk. For those of my babies who are not following Said, go and give them a follow. They are an absolute precious bean of mine. An amazing person. And deserve all the love. I'm the best dragon, Said. It's a requirement. When you come to my realm, you get the love, Said. I love on all my babies. I've been spoiled by love and attention today. But yeah, we are currently playing Cinderella Phenomenon. We're trying to break our curse, which is the Cinderella curse. We have chosen to partner up with Rod here at the minute, who has got the mermaid curse. So in order for us to break the Cinderella curse, we need to do 3 good deeds. And oh, it's super fun. But don't worry, if you've missed anything on this stream, the VOD will always be available, even when it's no longer on Twitch, because I put them all up on YouTube. So any streams of mine you've missed, whether it's games that you've missed me play, or my Folklore Friday streams, you'll find them all on YouTube. So it's always check that out, you know. Totally not trying to plug that, but, you know, I still try. Alright. Of course. Yes, so Rod and his sister Em have just had a bit of a falling out, to be honest. Like, they're aware that Rod is cursed, their family, but they don't know the extent of it. And, well, you know, sibling spat and all that. I'm sorry, Dozami. Could you leave me for now? This is Emily, our stepsister. We are currently undercover, per se, as her maid. We're actually the heir to this family. These are my step-siblings. But people who aren't cursed, so people who have a curse as well, a fairy tale curse, witches and fairies, they know I'm still Princess Nozomi. Other people don't know that I'm technically the crown princess. They think Emmeline is the next crown princess. So in order for us to be remembered as royalty per se and have our old life back, we have to do 3 good deeds. We've obtained the first good deed by befriending Emmeline. So, you know, I don't know what's in store for us, but I hope, you know, if you guys decide to stay, you know, for a little while, you know, you'll see a little bit of what's going on. We're finishing up in a little while anyway, because this dragon does need sleep. But, you know, we'll be finishing in about 10 minutes, so you can get a nice, lovely feel for my content anyway, and wind down from your day, which is always good. She does not even wait for my answer before walking away, leaving me alone with Rod. You made her cry, Rod. I'm fully aware of that. Why are you hiding your curse from your family? You wouldn't understand. Ah yes, because our toxic mum is dead. Our dad, the king, married Ophelia. who already had 2 children, brought them into the palace, you know. I'm doing this to protect them. Protect them. Rod silently shakes his head. They wouldn't understand. Those are the last ominous words Rod speaks before rushing off, leaving me alone in the hall. What happened to him? The hallways are silent at this time of night. Most everyone in the palace prepares for bed. I am now on my way to our meeting place. Rod told me earlier to wait for him here. I had thought that he would make me go to the market by myself after what transpired with Emmeline, but I was wrong. Emmeline was so upset today. Never seen her like this before. I turned my thoughts back to the Marken and to what Walt said earlier. The Marken is a tavern in this game where people who are cursed with the fairy tale curse or who know about the fairy tale curses are sort of welcome there, and they come together to try and help support each other and find ways to, you know, break their curses, so on. I wonder what Parfait wants to talk with us about. Parfait is the fairy who gave Rod his talking bunny, Sebby. I feel my heart beating erratically against my chest. Why do I feel like something bad is going to happen? Bitch, don't jinx it! I realise that I've been standing in the open for a while. Perhaps I should move. People might find my standing here suspicious. Start walking again, surprised when I feel a hand close around my wrist and pull me into the darkness. I open my mouth, but a hand muffles my scream. Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Shh! Rod? Rod's gaze is icy. He speaks quietly, but I can feel the anger simmering underneath his words. What if someone saw you just standing there? You even thought about how they might get suspicious. Bitch, I was fucking moving to do that! Tone is so accusatory that for a moment I cannot find my voice. But then, he is right. I should have been more careful. Sorry. Rod stares at me, surprised. What? I never thought I'd hear you apologize, especially to me. Oh, well, at least I know how to apologize, like you. The shock! And why would I ever have reason to apologize to you? Because you've done nothing but treat me coldly, even when I have done nothing to personally attack you. Rod scowls at me but does not say anything. Instead he sighs and takes my hand, pulling me after him. Oh, cute art! What? Look at little Sebby and his little hand! Oh! Let's go before the guards see it. I have no energy to argue with Rod. I follow him to pull me along. Sorry. What? You apologize to me? Don't make me repeat myself. I did not hear you clearly. There's one thing I know about you. That you're not deaf. Of course I'm not. Shh. Someone will hear you. I glare at Rod, but he does not respond. Sebby. Princess, your hand is really warm. Oh yeah, Sebby can talk for himself as well, but he is used mainly for Rod to communicate because, again, mermaid's curse, so he can't use his actual vocal cords, so he talks through Sebby. Poor Rod. Rod freezes in place and glares at Sebby, who seems to be shrugging. Your thoughts are too loud, Rod. Through the dim lights, I can actually see a faint blush on Rod's cheek. Oh! You are blushing. Rod's just like, fucking stop it, man. I'm not. He lets go of my hand and starts to walk towards the secret passage, with me trailing behind him. We look around to make sure no one is in sight before we both slip inside. I follow closely behind Rod in silence. My eyes move upwards to the little bunny plush hanging on his shoulder. Debbie, I've been wondering, have you ever talked with Rod's family as yourself? Rod suddenly stops and scowls over his shoulder at me. What? I'm asking Debbie, not you.
No, I don't, Princess. Rod doesn't want me to talk with others, and he thinks that I might say something unnecessary.
So much for that, you still speak, even when it is unnecessary. The dim lighting of the tunnel, I think I can see a faint pink on Rod's cheeks. It is probably a trick of the strange lighting. Rod is right. Debbie has blurted out his thoughts more than a number of times. What do you mean by that, or not doing a very good job? Yeah, sure. Debbie sighs.
How can I not, when Rod here is thinking too loudly? Makes my head ache.
You get headaches.
That's not the point. The point is that when he thinks on something too long, his head becomes cloudy and really full, like it's gonna explode. That's why I got to explain for him. Not good at expressing his thoughts, so I...
Oh yeah, good thought. Yeah, we got a good one. Rod cuts Sebby off by pinching his cheeks.
Okay, I'll stop talking now.
Rod sighs and continues walking. Rod, have you spoken with Emmeline since that earlier incident? No. Much as I want to ask him again about his curse, I doubt that he will divulge anything right now. I try to keep my thoughts to myself as we head for the Markin. When we arrive at the Markin, Parfait and Delora are there to welcome us. The others, however, are nowhere in sight.
Ah, it's been a while, Princess. Thank you for bringing her here safely, Prince Rod. Where is everyone? They're all resting in their rooms now. It wasn't necessary that they be here for what Delora and I want to discuss with you.
I will be staying in the tavern then. Rod is about to head for the tavern when Delora stops him. You don't have to leave. What we're going to say involves you too, since you're staying at the palace as well. Rod looks at her curiously, but asks no question. Parfait and Delora gesture us over to the settee, where we all take our seats. This is something Rod and I must know, because we're in the palace. I have a bad feeling about this.
Before we start, I would like to congratulate you on your first good deed, Princess. Delora told me all about it, and I can see the extra piece on your necklace as well.
Parfait smiles at me, her eyes filled with pride. Her faith in me rekindles the dwindling confidence I had.
If only you'd seen how happy Delora was when she announced it to us.
You didn't have to go into specifics, Parfait.
Oh, are you embarrassed, Delora?
He smiles at Delora teasingly, before turning back to me.
Anyway, I know you can do it, Princess. Only 2 more to go and you can break your curse.
Yeah, keep up the good work, Princess. You too, Rod. So what is it that you wanted to discuss with us? I conducted a little investigation while I was with Nozomi in the palace. I found out something important. Something important? I discovered that there is a witch in the palace. I fucking knew it! That Mithros guy. A witch? In the palace? I felt a tinge of magic while I was there. Faint. Definitely there. Don't remember feeling it before when I was there as your doll, princess. Seems that the witch is a glamour to hide himself or herself from us. A glamour is a magic that only very experienced witches cast, which means the witch we are dealing with is no ordinary witch. They have the potential to be very powerful. But what would a witch be doing in the palace in the first place? This witch would be after the king. But what? Parfait and Delora glance at each other, being conflicted. It is Parfait who faces me first, her expression grave. I'm afraid there is some other possibility we must make you aware of, Princess. And in order for us to explain it, we must give you the truth. Oh god, more shit. Ah! Chapter 6, moving closer. And that is where we're going to save it for today. We're going to overwrite our save. Ready for tomorrow. Because I'm going to keep y'all in suspense today. Because why not? Oh my goodness. Today has been a chaotic time. Oh my goodness. But I've had so many lovely raids today. Thank you to Cornell, Mia, and Sed for the amazing raids today. I really, really appreciate that. Let's see who we're gonna go see. Ayo! One of my favorite babies is streaming today. Rev is streaming today, so we'll go see him today. But oh my god, thank you guys for all the follows today. I have really, really enjoyed spending time with you guys. I have absolutely felt so loved today. You know, you guys have been really nice with the raids. Thank you, Cornell. Thank you, Mia. And thank you, Sed, for the raids. And thank you to all my new babies who have joined us today. I would like you to join me in raiding Rev today. He is an amazing content creator, you know, and he streams on Twitch when he gets the chance to. And he does have a YouTube channel too, so, you know, if you like his content, go check him out. He, you know, likes to, you know, video the news and stuff for us on the internet, so we don't have to, you know, look up good things. But I will be back here tomorrow at 8:30 UK time, where we figure out on our cliffhanger the truth of what is going on that they're keeping from us. So if you're enjoying this series and having fun with me, if you get a chance to stop by tomorrow, please do. And if you've not checked out my other socials, go and give those a look. You'll find them all in my links, and they're up on the page too, so you'll see the names and all that fun stuff. But I will see you all tomorrow. I love you guys very, very much, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care now. Bye bye.